I really like Jake a lot, you know, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
It's not, I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just gonna struggle so much landing a shot. You know, it's just gonna look bad.
In an unexpected twist, boxing icon Mike Tyson stunned everyone by showing up unannounced at the press conference for Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. His presence immediately electrified the room as he delivered a stern message to the YouTuber turned boxer. Tyson urged Jake to treat the upcoming match with absolute seriousness.
We saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you.
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And yeah, he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The upcoming Jake Paul versus Gervonta Tank Davis showdown has evolved beyond just hype. It's now officially classified as an exhibition match. This decision stems largely from concerns about the significant size and weight gap between the fighters. Regulatory bodies like the Florida Athletic Commission declined to sanction the matchup as a professional fight due to this uneven playing field. Under the revised format, the pair will go 10 rounds of 3 minutes each, both wearing 12-ounce gloves, and knockouts will be recognized. In a notable twist, the outcome will be determined by 2 ringside judges and an AI scoring system introduced to bring a new level of neutrality and precision to the judging process.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190. Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Also, Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Recent reports indicate that Gervonta Davis has added significant size during his training camp, reportedly weighing in closer to 160 pounds. This marks a notable change for the fighter, who has never officially competed above the 135-pound lightweight division. While he hasn't quite hit 160, the extra weight brings him closer to the catchweight set for his exhibition clash with Jake Paul. This added bulk could boost his durability and punching power.
Gervonta Tank Davis, is my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm gonna tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Veteran boxing analyst Teddy Atlas considers Gervonta Tank Davis one of the most complete fighters in the sport today. He highlights not just Davis's explosive power and finishing ability, carefully picking his moments and often outthinking opponents rather than relying purely on raw strength. According to him, these attributes set Davis apart from many in the lightweight division and make him well-equipped to handle someone like Jake Paul, whose skill set is still evolving and lacks the high-level technical polish of top-tier boxers.
The only other time he was in for the fans to get mad with that was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a 2-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up, whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound for pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195 pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news with Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old time fighters. They were catch weights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this because...
Even with Gervonta Davis's impressive skill set and added size, former super middleweight champion Carl Froch has cautioned that Jake Paul's natural size advantage and unorthodox punching power could pose a real danger. Froch emphasized that Davis may not be accustomed to taking shots from someone with Paul's physicality. His warning echoes a broader sense of unease in the boxing community, where many see the matchup less as a true sporting contest and more as a spectacle, raising concerns about both legitimacy and fighter safety.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode, but hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf, and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.
Carl Froch has raised serious safety concerns ahead of the upcoming Paul vs. Davis exhibition, pointing out the significant weight difference, estimated to be around 65 pounds between the two fighters.
My name was mentioned at his press conference and he shit himself, and the fight was just absolutely fucking diabolical. Again, I've said before, he's not a professional boxer, he never will be, and he proves time and time again that he's not a professional fighter. So Jake Paul, go on, piss off.
I mean, I don't really take Jake Paul that serious. He can't really box. He can have a little fight, he can have a swing. He swings away, stands up straight, and he throws punches, but it's not professional boxing. Because when I watch him box, he does so much wrong. It's just, everything's wrong. It's so bad. He's got leaky defence. He telegraphs his punches. Like, you put him in with someone his own size, it was a professional, and it's a mismatch. And you'll see that if he ends up fighting somebody. Tommy Fury, bless him, he's a pro boxer, but he's inexperienced. He's got no amateur pedigree. He's a raw novice, or maybe just above the raw novice. I was saying earlier, where would I put him in terms of levels? He'd do well to win a British title. He's at that sort of level, and then from British title to world level, it's like different worlds. It's like totally different. It's like a different sport.
Following Jake Paul's decisive victory over Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., many experts have started questioning whether he's genuinely prepared to compete against fighters ranked in the top 15 or 20. While Emiliano Vargas has shared his views on whether Paul merits such high-level matchups, much of the boxing world remains hesitant, Promoter Eddie Hearn, for instance, acknowledges that Paul is progressing and may soon earn a ranking with organizations like the WBC, but he emphasizes that numerous seasoned and accomplished fighters still rightly hold higher positions. This ongoing discussion highlights the growing debate over Paul's rising status and whether his previous opponents have truly tested his ability to compete at the elite level.
Any of them hurt you? I just think Chavez didn't get started. That's the only thing. I mean, you can't win.
I want to be world champion. Zerno looks slow as shit tonight.
You can't win if you don't throw, you know? So it was kind of like the Ryan Garcia-Rollies thing. You know, Rollies didn't, I mean, Ryan really didn't get started, so, you know.
What did you think about how Jake looked and then fought?
Hey, you know what?
You're very tough.
If he sucked ass, he sucked ass, but he actually looks pretty good. There's people who walk into the gym, you can tell right away if they can box or not. So he can box, he's selling out, you know, obviously this arena, and the only thing I can do is take a page out of his book and, you know, put it towards my showmanship, so.
You think he's ready for someone like top 15, top 20?
I mean, look, you know, he knows who to fight. Obviously, he's, you know, growing in his career. If he really wants to make a career, I wish him nothing but the best. But I just think that, you know, it's going to be a little longer until then.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it. Oh, give us an update about you. You got a date coming up.
July 26th, Madison Square Garden. I'm ripped up. I'm ready to go. Ran with Manny Pacquiao yesterday. And, you know, 15-0 on the way. Let's go, baby.
Thank you, Emmy. Appreciate it, man.
At the same time, many seasoned fighters and boxing traditionalists have voiced strong objections to the idea of Jake Paul receiving a WBC ranking, warning that it could diminish the sport's integrity. Among the most outspoken critics is veteran heavyweight Derek Chisora, who insists that legitimate rankings should be earned through years of dedication, solid records, and victories over credible opponents. From Chisora's viewpoint, awarding Paul a ranking based on popularity or marketing appeal is unfair to the fighters who have truly earned their place through hard work and sacrifice.
The WBC have said they're going to give a cruiserweight ranking to the winner of this fight. Do you think they deserve one?
No, I don't think so. I don't know why. It's hard enough for real athletes, for real boxers to gain those rankings, and then suddenly this Solomon Souza decides to give double ranking because he's getting some greens in his, you know, in his back pocket. No, that is disgrace to boxing.
At the same time, many seasoned fighters and boxing traditionalists have voiced strong objections to the idea of Jake Paul receiving a WBC ranking, warning that it could diminish the sport's integrity. Among the most outspoken critics is veteran heavyweight Derek Chisora, who insists that legitimate rankings should be earned through years of dedication, solid records, and victories over credible opponents. From Chisora's viewpoint, awarding Paul a ranking based on popularity or marketing appeal is unfair to the fighters who have truly earned their place through hard work and sacrifice.
And buy the hype at this particular moment in time. Now, I'll give Jake Paul credit for this. At least he's in the ring with a boxer. But 57 years old is 57 years old. And 57 years old and formally walking into a UFC fight as an audience member, as a patron with a cane, it's hard to me believe a year later that you're going to be in any condition to really fight. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't know. And if you're Jake Paul, here's what I want to say to you. It's Mike Tyson, that's fine. It's a money fight, I get you, and you want to make money. But at some point in time, if you keep telling us that you're taking boxing seriously and you want to be recognized as a big-time boxer / fighter, you're going to have to fight somebody closer to your age, who is a contender at the very least in the sport and who lives with it every single day. Could you please get in the ring with somebody? Pretty please, with sugar on top.
Smith responded firmly to the contentious majority draw between Davis and Lamont Roach in March. He highlighted the strength of Davis's record and rejected calls for criticism. According to Smith, Davis showed genuine championship composure by standing strong amid controversy and doubt.
Gervonta Davis might be every bit as box office as Maverick himself. As exciting, as electric, because this dude performs every time out, y'all. Wherever Davis goes, wherever he fights, fans justifiably follow. He's that special. And Davis is without a doubt one of the top 5 pound-for-pound fighters in the world right now. Don't you even doubt it.
Smith believes that a well-established and accomplished champion risks damaging his reputation by facing an inexperienced or lower-tier opponent. He feels that this particular matchup falls far beneath Tank's caliber, which is why he criticized it strongly, saying Tank should feel ashamed. Meanwhile, Stephen A. Smith voiced sharp disapproval of the growing trend of mismatched exhibition fights, including the bout between Paul and Tyson. He described Paul's situation as both disappointing and troubling, stressing the importance of Paul facing genuine contenders rather than former athletes or faded stars.
Jake Paul is a professional. At some point in time, I don't give a damn if it's a light heavyweight. Better BF, Bivol, a super middleweight, Canelo, Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, somebody that actually has a reputation. The time has come for Jake Paul to step into the ring with a cat who actually boxes for a living and give us that fight. I appreciate the fact of him promoting. I appreciate him having the cachet as a former YouTuber turned boxer. I like Jake Paul. I respect Jake Paul. I'm just saying, because I like him and because I respect him, I want to see him in the ring. And I don't want to hear, I know his numbers are better, but then he gonna say, I don't need Canelo, Canelo needs me. Well, wait a minute. It ain't just about popularity.
Meanwhile, Davis's longtime trainer, Calvin Ford, has confidently stated that the only fighter capable of beating Tank is Tank himself. Speaking to Stephen A. Smith, Ford explained that no opponent has yet tested Davis to his fullest potential. He also stressed that Davis has yet to show the full extent of his greatness, and Ford remains dedicated to helping him unlock even more of his skills through rigorous training.
Who do you want to see? You, as a guy that's in his trainer, that's like a father figure to him, you're training him all the time, you know him, both y'all from the streets of Baltimore the whole bit. Who do you want to see Tank fight next?
I want him to get all of them that ran their mouth.
Give me the names. I need names, Calvin. I need names.
You already know. We went down to, we working on the big four. It was Garcia, that's the first one. Roma, I hope we get him soon. Shakur, he's going to get it. He know he's going to get it. It's just Bob is in charge of that. You know what I'm saying? Bob know what he's doing over there. You can't tell Bob how to run his game because he's like a vet at this. He's been doing it for so many years. That's going to happen. All the fights that we'll want, they have no choice. They're going to take the fight when it's time to take the fight. It's just right now, who's going to take the fight? That's the question.
Would undermine the sport's integrity compared to a legitimate unification fight featuring the best fighters. Stevenson also pointed out that Davis could earn more by taking on a true elite opponent, positioning himself as a more appropriate and demanding challenger. While many critics dismiss the fight as little more than a spectacle, Stevenson's remarks highlight deeper concerns about its legitimacy.
Maybe he'll fight Jake Paul instead. What do you think of that?
I think that's terrible.
Why?
I mean, I get it, because at the end of the day, it's the money business, and you want to make the most money, but from what I'm hearing, he can make more money in a fight with me, and if that's the case, why not fight me?
Sure. Do you think he beats Jake Paul?
Do I think he beats Jake? Yeah. I mean,
there's a huge size advantage, though.
It is, but I think Tank got the skills to make sure he come out on top.
Do you think that Jake has gone better?
Yeah, I think actually Jake got tremendously better from the time frame that he started till now. And in the right situation, I also could see him become a world champion.
Really?
Joe Budden views Tank's choice to take the fight as a smart and financially savvy decision. He sees it as a clever business move, pointing out that if a fighter can seize the opportunity, why not? Budden notes that boxing has always had a strong financial aspect, and Tank is simply playing the game wisely. Budden also raised some interesting questions after seeing Lamont Roach's Instagram post, where Roach hinted at a clause in Jake Paul's contract requiring a rematch. Budden speculates that Netflix might have paid to remove that clause, so the highly anticipated Paul versus Davis fight, rumored to be worth $100 million, could go ahead. If Roach truly believed the clause was important, this change means he essentially fought for free. Looking ahead, Budden says Jake Paul will need to take Tyson's warning seriously if he wants to survive in the ring as more than just a celebrity. Meanwhile, Davis is stepping into unfamiliar territory. Can he use his skill and determination to overcome a much larger opponent?
It's surprised because it sounded like Jake Paul and Joshua was getting closer and closer for January. However, there have been rumors of Gervonta Davis versus Jake Paul in the past. I think with Gervonta Davis, it's because kind of legal problems in the last month or so and rumors about his retirement. I don't think it's a massive shock that he is taking this Jake Paul fight if it is going to go ahead, purely for the reason that it's a lot of money for maybe not the most difficult job that he's going to have in his career. So it's a strange one, but yeah, it's just another kind of day in the sport, really, isn't it?
Will Jake Paul's hype translate into success inside the ring, or will Gervonta Davis's skill and experience prove too much? Share your thoughts in the comments below.